Ashley and Devontae, come see me.
What y'all do? Can you say the name?
Hey.
Skylar, Jersey, Sierra, Ashley, and Devontae.
Derek,
Oh, okay.
do you have probable cause?
Yes, I do.
All right, without further ado, I want to introduce you to a gentleman who's going to provide you some information. His name is Mr. Carlos Christian. He's an author. We have purchased books for all of you. This man has overcome a lot in his life and has really made a commitment to making a difference in this world. And so at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Carlos Christian.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that right there for y'all. Huh? Yeah, I know.
We'll make it to the end of the presentation.
All right. My name is Carlos Christian. I'm president and founder of the Starts Within organization. What we do is we go inside of the penitentiaries and get guys ready before they get released from prison. We work with them for 52 weeks, and then we also work with them for 52 weeks after they get released as well. Our mission is to reduce the recidivism rate. That means when an individual comes home and goes back in to do some more time. So we work to reduce that. The way that we get that done is through education and mentoring, right? So, Carlos Christian, this is my story, and what I'm going to give y'all today is some words of encouragement, and I just want to let y'all know that where y'all are at today is just a beautiful thing, and I'm just excited to be able to be in here, to be able to speak to y'all today, because this is what it's about, and if I can just give y'all the right words to change the direction of y'all's path to go to where y'all need to go, it's a beautiful thing, and I've done my job, right? So I'm gonna share with y'all, no I don't, I'm gonna share with y'all a little story of something that I do inside of my household. I'm also a father of 3, and what I do inside of my household is something called the double up, and I work with my teenage boys and also my young fellow back there. You see him back there, he's on the camera, he's working the camera. So what I do inside there is called the double up, and what I do is I give them allowances every 2 weeks, and I tell them that when I come up to you, I'm gonna say double up, and whatever you have saved at that particular time, I'm going to match it. That means that if you have $20 saved, then I'm gonna give you another 20, make you have 40. If you have $40 saved, I'm gonna give you another 40, make you have 80. So I'm just going to match whatever you have. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get them to understand capitalizing on your opportunity, but you have to be prepared. This is the issue. If you are not prepared, then opportunities are not opportunities for you. What they become is missed opportunities, and then you will not be in a situation that you desire. So something that I do, and this is the thing about the double up, is I'm never telling them when I'm coming. I'm just going to pop up, and I'm going to say double up. So then that means that it can be weeks and weeks after allowances and everything else, but I'm just going to pop up on you. What you have is that's what I'm going to double up, that's what I'm going to match. I'm trying to develop a mentality because I understand that a mentality is what's going to get you to that next level, right? It's a mentality. It's all about a mentality. That's what I understand. So the first time I did it, I said, man, I waited about 3 months. So it was about 3 months of allowances, and I come up there to the 16-year-old. He was about 13 then. I come up to the 16-year-old. I say, double up. He looking at me. The little brother, he know he lightweight, been spending like a mug because I've been watching him, right? So the little brother, he leaking, he ain't really got it on him, right? So yeah, absolutely. So he know he ain't got it, right? So when he walking he going downstairs, and I'm like, he walking downstairs, he walking real slow, like he in the Green Mile or something. This brother look like he going on death row. I'm like, this brother, like, man, he like, man, dang, man, like. All right, man. So he go down there. I'm hearing the mattresses flip. I'm hearing change jingle and everything. This brother trying to get everything that he can get, right? I'm like, okay, this brother trying hard, right? So he comes upstairs. This is 3 months worth of allowances, right? So he comes back upstairs. He like, dang, man. And he knew he wasn't right? So he come back upstairs. He like, man, here, man. So, and little coins dropped. I said, make sure you get your little coins, man. You dropped a couple coins, man, on your way to you, man. You know? So he got his coins, right? He picked up his little coins. He came up to me. He gave me every bit of $1.80.
You dropping it that.
I said, wow. I said, here go another $1.80 with your little broke butt, man. Don't spend it all in one place. Now you got $3.60 total, right? I'm gonna answer your questions at the end of the presentation, my man. I got you. Best believe it. So I'm like, here go $3.60 now. So now that's what he has. So I tell the other one, I'm like, man, double up, right? I say double up, right? The older one, right? And when he looked at me, he's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. So this brother walking like this. I'm like, because when I say double up, I got to double up. I gotta say percentages if I'm gonna do percentages because, hey, I don't wanna be doubling up hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So if I see that they've been stacking, I'm gonna be like, man, go ahead and do 13.9% of what you got and I'm gonna give you that return on your investment. But if I say that, then that's what I gotta do. If I say double up, I gotta double up. So I thought I caught him slipping, right? So when he walking like that, it's like, man, this brother like way too anxious to get downstairs and capitalize on this stuff that I have to offer. This brother moving like a must. I'm talking about when he going down the stairs, I'm hearing it. Pop, 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 pop. And this brother come back up, pop, 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 pop. It was almost like you sit up there and telling somebody, man, hey, let's work. You telling somebody, man, let's work. And then they say, man, yeah, let's work. Like, hold up, brother, you might know some stuff that I don't know, brother. Like, hold on, time out. We don't need to work, let's talk it out, right? Like, this is how I felt. I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. So he come upstairs, he's like, yeah, Dad, I've been waiting on for this. I'm like, oh, this brother about to get me, man. Like, right, I only brought out $40. I went to the bank, got $40. I'm like, man, I only brought out $40, man. And he come out, he pulled out his pocket. He had $35, man. He says, man, he's like, I got $35. He says, double up, man. I said, she's cool. I'm glad I got enough to cover this deal, man. Here you go, man. Gave him another $35. He then had $70. And what was powerful, his friends, their friends was out there. I did it right in front of their friends, right in the middle of the neighborhood. Their friends like, man, double me up too, Big Carlos. I'm like, brother, this is why I work with y'all's fathers inside the penitentiary to make sure that they come home and double y'all up, man. This is the whole mission of what I'm doing, brother. Y'all gonna get y'all double up. Wait until y'all's fathers come home because it just ain't them times, man. I ain't got to double up the whole community, man. If I continue to do what I'm doing, I might be able to, man. But I'm just like, so just valuable. But this is what it did is that the younger one, he said that, man, you know what? Hey, man, I'm gonna make sure that next time I'm ready. I was buying some things I didn't even have to buy. All of these zooms and whams. I didn't even really need this stuff, you know, and I wasted a lot of my money, you know, and I could have really benefited off of that opportunity of doubling up. The older one, he said that, man, I could have doubled up on more than what I did. So I could have did better. See, I could have improved on what I doubled up on right there. It's a mentality. And that's what I'm trying to develop. Absolutely, my man. I'm trying to develop a mentality because that's what it's about. Opportunities, not preparation answers. Those who are prepared are the ones who are able to benefit off of the opportunities. See, when people don't benefit off of opportunities, what you see in their faces, they be mad and angry. You can tell by the people who done missed a whole bunch of opportunities. They be looking mad in the mug. When you walk and see them in the streets, they looking like this, like, because they done missed so many opportunities and they in bad situations. They're in bad predicaments, but it's all about the mentality, right? So I'm gonna give y'all my story and what brought me here today and what makes Carlos Christian and what starts within is about and where we are going with it, right? So 13 years old, I came up and I came up in a single parent household. My father was there to raise me and my brother. My mother, she got caught up into the streets and she couldn't take care of us, so she got caught up into the drugs and she left us and lashed out. But my father stayed and he raised me and my brother. But my father was working and because he was working so much, it just exposed us to the streets. So then that means that I had went into the streets to start to develop my mentality and the way to go. And when I looked at my environment, it's like everybody in my environment was selling drugs. And I said, man, this is the way. I mean, this is the way to go. And this is how I'm going to be able to make it to the Cayman Islands or the Bahamas is if I can just sell my dope. I'm gonna transition it into a legitimate business. I was going to be a rapper. I'm gonna transition it into a legitimate business and I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna make it to the Cayman Islands or the Bahamas and I'm gonna be living like the Cosbys and that's what I thought at 19 years old. I had a 3-month-old son and I got hit
with a 10-year prison sentence for attempted murder, possession of drugs, drug trafficking, and possession of firearms. So I had to go into Marion Correctional Institution for 10 years, and when I got there, I said, hold up, this is not the Bahamas, this is not the Cayman Islands, this ain't where I'm supposed to be. Hold up, I was supposed to be able to make it to another level. This ain't what it was all about, see, because they didn't give me the right information. See, I was misinformed, and because I was misinformed, I made the poor decisions. I thought that I was going to be able to make it to the Cayman Islands, but instead what I was able to make it to was count time. Count time is you get counted inside of the penitentiary. 6 days like cattle. And I'm living on a little cot, and I'm sleeping on a little cot that I can't roll over. I just got to flip over, because if I roll over, I'm gonna roll off that puppy. I said, this ain't the way that I'm supposed to be living. I am making somebody else's salary. That means that if you don't have a seat at the table, where are you at? Where you at? You're on the menu. That means that you are food. That means that you are somebody's food. That means if you are not sitting at the table eating, that means that you are food and you are getting ate. And I didn't like being ate. I didn't like being food. I was never in the streets. I was never doing what I do to be nobody's food. My idea was to be able to position myself in a place to where I'm gonna be eating at the table. Like, this was the whole idea, right? And I thought that was the way. But once I figured out that I was there, and I said that my son is 3 months old, and I got to be out there to give him the right information, right? I got to develop my son's mentality, because I don't want Ricky Rose developing my son's mentality. I don't want Young Jeezy developing my son's mentality, because they ain't talking about stuff that is true, right? It's not true. Like, I done seen the way that people look when they doing 24 to life, and they hoping that the parole board is going to let them go home, and they just want to come back home, and they can't go home. They got to stay in that facility. I understand. So people say 24 with an L, oh, well, it don't matter. That's not the reality of it. I got busy when I was inside of the penitentiary. See, because it's about a mentality. And what I said is that I'm experiencing failure right now, right? But this failure will not reign supreme in my life. I'm about to do something totally different. I'm about to redesign myself. What had to happen for me to be able to be successful? I had to make the decision. See, that's what I understood, is that I don't have to wait for everybody to come in alignment to bring all of these resources to the table. I have to tap into the greatest resource, which is within myself. I had to understand that, one, I am valuable. Why am I valuable? Because my left side is different from my right side. All of my fingerprints on my hands are different. That means that my DNA is restricted to just me. It has never been a DNA before me, like me. It will never be a DNA after me, like mine as well. So then that means that I'm a one-on-one. Anything that is a one-on-one, it has to be valuable. You can duplicate everything else. You can duplicate a Bentley, you can duplicate a house, you can duplicate materialistic things, but you cannot duplicate an actual individual. So once I started to understand that I am valuable, now I got to start to do things to live up to my value, right? Preparation. So then that means I'm about to develop a character that matches the place that I want to be. That means that I'm inside of prison, and the dominant thinking inside of prison is just that keep on doing what you're doing. Man, you just go home and now you just sell weed, because when you sell weed, you ain't gonna get that much time, though. This is the dominant thinking of the penitentiary, of people inside of the penitentiary. I've seen individuals that saying that they're gonna continue to do the same things and act like they're gonna get something different once they get released from prison. And this is the issue. So when I was in prison, what did I do? I got into business management. I graduated with a 3.83 GPA in college. And then I went on and got into administrative office technology, learned the computers, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and Access. I learned Spanish because I said that if y'all are offering this stuff, I'm going to take everything up off of the table that y'all offer. There's no way that y'all will get my time, and I will not get the stuff that y'all have to offer. This stuff costs money on the streets. There's no way that I'm going to let y'all just pass it up. Y'all are not about to punch the clock and get away with me just being here and getting paid off of my misery, right? I'm going to benefit myself. So then I took advantage of everything that they had. I learned Spanish. Axio mucho pero traigo mucho a la mesa. Dead serious. Absolutely, that's the level that I'm at. Absolutely, that's the level that I'm at, right? I
to the table, right? Because it's a mentality. When I was in the streets, you couldn't just smack me in the face and I was just gonna let you get away with it. We would have to put in some work. Like, so then it's the same way that I was thinking about the penitentiary. It's like, it's no way that I'm going to sit on these penitentiary beds and just allow y'all to just eat off of my flesh. I'm going to eat as well, so we're going to benefit each other. That means that I'm helping you with your salary, but you helping me with my college education. I'm going to take everything that y'all have to offer. It's a mentality. I've seen other individuals, they were just chilling like a mug, and they were just content with being food. I said, wow. And they were saying, Los, man, that stuff ain't gonna work. Wait until you get home, man. Watch how it happens when you get home, right? It's a mentality. It's a mentality. You say that you can, you will. You say that you can't, you won't. It's all about what you're telling yourself. A lot of times you hear people, only thing that they are talking about is everything that they don't have. They ain't talking about the stuff that they do have. People will tell you the story about how everything is wrong, but let's talk about how everything is right. And what is right? Y'all got all of y'all's limbs right now. Y'all got a mind. Y'all got y'all's vision. Y'all are able to produce. Y'all are able to be productive. And not only do y'all have all of that, but y'all have a story, right? It's going to be people that need to hear your story so that they can be inspired, so that they can have some hope that after this is something else that is better. You don't understand what y'all have with y'all right now. Like, it was big for me to get released from prison in 2007. I've been home for 9 years. You know what it's about, my man. Because you can see people come home and go back in, come home, go back in. They come home and they be 40 years old, trying to jump over fences and running from the cops, right? Like, brother, you can't run from the cops like you used to, brother. Your knees is crackling. It's just not the same. When you flip over that fence, you like, man, dang, I can't really get up. It's nothing worse than seeing individuals still trying to live way back in 1995 and it's 2016. They want your youth. They want to be you, and they 45 years old, and they say, man, I want to be you. Brother, you missed some time. You got to be where you are at right now. But that's because they didn't develop themselves. That's how powerful it is. See, people think it's about everybody else, and it's not. When I came home, what did I do? I came straight home, and I had all of, remember I just gave y'all my resume, Exio Mucho, Pedo, Triangle, Mucho, La Mesa, and then I got 3.83 GPA. I can work the computers, 40 words per minute and everything, and I come home, and I'm trying to get employment, right? Because that's another thing that they say, is that, Los, man, ain't no way you're going to be able to get no employment. Do you see your rap sheet? Like, ain't nobody about to hire you, brother. Like, you are a threat. You are in danger, brother. Like, brother, forget it, can it, man. You might as well just work your way in the underworld, brother, because it's over for you, man. Like, straight up. This is what they were telling me, right? But I told myself something different, and because I told myself something different happened. I said, man, I am going to get employment. I'm going to get a job because I got to take care of my children. I got a son that is home, and I need to develop him, and I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm not about to do nothing that's going to put me back into the penitentiary. I'm making that decision right now. I came home and I got to telling my resume and things like that, and what they were saying is like, yeah, I hear that, but what can you lift? Can you lift this engine real quick for me, right? I said, yeah, I can lift that engine. Like, okay, we don't need to know about all the stuff that you know about Exio Mucho, Pedo, Mucho. We just need you to do this labor, like period, point blank. And we got a minimum wage job for you, $6.85. It was $6.85 then. That means that I was 29 years old, coming to do a $6.85 an hour job. And I said that I'm going to do that because if I do this $6.85 an hour job, I will not put myself in a position to be right back in that hell that I just left. I'm not going back. Do you understand what it's like in there? I can count 6 times a day. I go down to the chow hall, and because there's no more burgers there, because we was the last lot called, they just got bologna sandwiches for us. But I see Joey right here with a burger. It's like, come on, I want a burger too. Like, you gonna rush me to bologna sandwich and just say that I've been fed? Like, come on, this ain't right. Like, everybody inside of them type of environments, they complain. But the only thing that you can do is complaining doesn't erase the situation. What erases the situation is you saying that I can change it. I can change it. I don't have to wait for the resources to come into place for my situation to change. I will change my situation. I will change my situation.